My name is Kenny Sullivan, and I'm a team leader with the Green Corps in Washington, D.C., former trainee in 2010. And I've been living in the community next to Marvin Gaye Park for 15 years or more. And I come to realize that it's a lot of people in this community that don't have good jobs. But what I didn't know is that trees could bring good jobs to this community, and they could bring good jobs to a lot of people.
Oh, my bad. Whoa. Go back up, Brian. Yeah.
Well, in this particular area, the type of jobs people be working, they be cleaning up, cutting grass, clerks, cashiers working in the store, people that work in the nursing home around the corner, but not too many people is in doing green jobs.
We don't have a lot of jobs that's going on, and that's what's keeping a lot of people in the streets into trouble, making the crime rate so high because they have too much time on their hand.
DC has some of the most green space in any city in the country. And I believe people are just becoming aware of what trees can actually, what important active part trees play in our lives every day.
Trees, they have a more difficult existence in the city. You know, they have more challenges. There's pollution, there's cars, there's, you know, people running into trees. I mean, there's development, so there's a lot more that trees have to handle.
Well, in any neighborhood, if you plant trees in your yard and they grow to mature, they increase property values up to 12%. They help to cool neighborhoods. That's why we decided to film in the park, because it's much cooler here than if we were out in the sun in front of the Chinese shop.
There's a lot of stormwater that comes through the city that we're trying to absorb in the city and not have it rushing down the streets and running into the bay and polluting the bay, because when it goes down the street, it's picking up all of the oil and trash and stuff on the street.
Each one of those little leaves, of which there are thousands on a tree, are like a little umbrella holding the water, evaporates right back up into the system. The water that does get down is sinking into the roots. So that tree is dollar for dollar the best stormwater system that we can devise. Planting trees is a spectacular step. Cost effective, not expensive, changes the quality of life for any place, but particularly cities.
Well, if you look at a tree by itself, there's so many jobs that are associated with trees.
First of all, when you have to dig a hole, you need somebody to dig the hole to put the seed in the ground. That's a job. Then once the tree starts growing, you need somebody to take care of the tree. That's a job. Then as the tree get older, the tree need to be pruned. You need to put mulch around the tree to help it grow and breathe. Those two more jobs. Then as the tree get older, when it get cut down, you need people to cut it down, those jobs. Then you need people to remove the wood from the tree when you cut it down. That's a job.
As the municipalities have grown, we've lost the neighborhood sawmill. You know, his property was way too valuable to be sitting there being a sawmill. So now he's sold out and he's someplace else. The greater DC area, we could use at least 4 more of him. So it would be very beneficial to have.
There's no company in DC that deals with urban wastewood. So there's a lot of ways to be novel in DC and probably pick up a lot of business.
Instead of going out of town in Pennsylvania or West Virginia, we can have our own urban sawmill. A barn, they started with a barn. And you mean to tell me, if they started in a barn with a few acres of land, why not we get some funds in Washington, D.C. and build our own sawmill, produce our own wood from trees that's around us, and help people with, so they can have some jobs. It's right in our face.
Invasive removal is critical to the survival of trees, especially trees in forested areas like Rock Creek Park or even Watts Branch, Marvin Gaye Park.
There is not a company in DC that deals with invasive removal. So that's a really big, wide open field.
By us traveling, planting trees, finding out and dealing with different people through the government agencies, I found out about invasive plants and vines that kill habitat and trees. So Damien Ossie from the Forestry Administration said nobody in DC does it. They do it in the parks, but nobody does it for the city. So hey, a light bulb came on. English ivy is running rampant through DC. This English ivy will eventually bring this tree down. And once people are made aware of this, I see a market in it.
I think what makes people the most competitive is to find something that you really love to do and you're really passionate about, and doing that without getting paid first. Like if you can establish a track record of, community tree plantings, and then you have a portfolio that you can bring to the table and you can discuss how you love this job so much that when you didn't have a job, you wanted to do the work itself. I think that really helps to set people apart.
It's just your own will. You got to have the will. And you got to have the thirst to go out and find out what it takes to do it, and determination. Because just like any other thing, it's tough out there. But if you got it in your heart, that's what you want to do, you will accomplish it.
It's hard work, and that's what they're looking for, people who work hard. So if you can prove that, then I don't think you have a problem.
I would love to see more people of color pursue this industry, because there is so many different places and things you can go to.
Individuals that never had a desire, never had even close to a passion to work with green jobs or to work with the green economy, that are working these part-time jobs here and there, they're more excited. I mean, they're very excited to work.
If a city, let's say, plants 1,000 trees a year, that's a lot of maintenance. And now cities depend on contractors a lot for that kind of work.
What I want to encourage more people to do is to start your own business. So therefore, if you make your own business, pursue the avenues of being an entrepreneur, then you can help to crush some of those barriers down yourself.
I want to work for myself. I don't want to keep working for nobody else. But at the same token, I want to employ other people and teach them what I've learned.
I want to take my training that I learned and teach it to my youth. I want to start a business that I can bring them in and teach them the skills also. And then the skills that I teach them, they can take it out and teach their friends. Instead of breaking the community into parts with the fighting and the killing, they can go to their friends and teach them their skills, and that's bringing the community together.
If I can just reach one or two of them, those two people that I know won't get in trouble, and I know that's doing something positive to try to get ahead.
My saying itself is, plant a seed to save a seed. You understand what I'm saying? We teach the children and youth the skills, they're planting a seed, and we're saving a seed, which is our youth.
I just see a huge opportunity. You know what I mean? I mean, this is a can't miss, if you ask me. And plus, I love working outside, so I'm just adding something else on to all the other things I know how to do, but I think this right, I think I can pull this off. There's always gonna be trees, there's always gonna be weeds, so I don't see no end to it. Colonel Sanders sold chicken out of the trunk of his car. I mean, you see KFC everywhere, don't you? Well, that's how I'm thinking. Green jobs is on the map. It's a lot of hard work we have to do, though.
What you're doing, this interview, what you all are involved with, is exactly the right work being done at exactly the right time by exactly the right people. It can't just be us as the regulated. It has to be the community that we serve interested in that same outcome. Then anything's possible.
To develop a network of folks that can handle different aspects of green economy. Landscapers, arborists, pruners, just all kinds of people that examine trees that have diseases. All those kind of things, and they all be people of color. If I could do that, and then be able to put them in contact with jobs, I think that would be really to develop that network would be so big and so important, and to have it established in a community like this, or Ward 8, that would be, if I could do that, that would be my mark.
So, do I think I'll be successful? Yes. Do I think I can help a lot of people? Yes. Will I help a lot of people? Yes. At this particular time, I just need a little bit of help myself to get my foot in the door. After that, I know I'm gonna be successful, without a shadow of a doubt. Because I don't mind working. And I'm gonna strive to be the best I can be.